name's Leslie, and welcome to another episode of Grounded Catholicism. Today I'm going to share a story with you about my first day of graduate school. And I knew going into it that there were apparently a lot of priests that went to this school. And so when you tell me there are a lot of priests, I think out of 100 people, maybe like 10 are going to be priests. But so I round the corner into the classroom because I had to take an entrance exam or whatever. And I kid you not, out of the 80 people in the class, 77 of them were priests. And I thought, oh, it's a little more than I was expecting, but okay. And then a month later, when I actually started class and saw the rest of the school, because those were just the newbies that were entering, out of the 600 that were there were only about 50 of us that weren't priests or studying to be priests. And so I kind of had this panic moment. I was like, how do I relate to priests? Like, are they normal people? Do they talk about anything but the church? Because I've only ever seen them like within church bounds and doing confession or like baptizing babies or something like that. And so I was like, this isn't going to go very smoothly at all. And a couple weeks into it, our class went out together for dinner. And I thought, okay, here's my topic of conversation. I need saints, I need councils, I need key popes. We got this. Because I don't think they're capable of talking about other things outside of the church. And although that was dramatic, it was a nice surprise to know that they do actually talk about other things, and they're actually normal people. Go figure. But so like, they work out, they read books, they have families and cultural experiences, and some of them are crazy in like CrossFit and computer programming. But other than that, they're pretty much normal. And so that was a great surprise, but I think that tendency is normal. We tend to think that priests are like holier than thou. They literally never leave the church and they're not allowed to talk about anything other than the church. And then on the other side of things, sometimes I think we tend to humanize the priesthood and we think of the priesthood as another career. Like my dad does finance, and so priest, that's like a job. But it's actually not so normal. It's actually supernatural. Because when the priest celebrates the Mass, it's actually Christ who acts through him to bring us the Eucharist. And when he absolves our sins in confession, it's actually Christ acting through the priest to forgive us of our sins. It's incredible, and it's totally supernatural. And so although they're normal people, they do supernatural things. And they're conformed to Christ, and they're slaves to Christ as Christ became like a slave to serve us. And so this ministry of the priest is only possible because it's been passed directly from Christ to his apostles throughout the ages to all the other priests until the end of time. And I think a beautiful reminder of this is actually what priests wear. Fashion wins again, because in their clerics, in the all black, we're reminded it symbolizes that they have died to themselves and they have died to the world to be completely conformed to Christ. And the white collar shows their complete obedience to God. And the little white also reminds us of the resurrection of Christ and the hope that that gives us. So just like anyone else, pray for priests because they have a tall order, but also remember that they're normal and you can talk about sports or food or whatever. But until next time, remember to enjoy life, but live for eternity.